Hey, it's Sam. I'm doing a quick video today about the relevant Vedic background that you need to know if you're going to do Vedic astrology. The relevant Vedic background that I generally discuss on in that 2-hour class has to do with these universal principles that are actually at the heart of all astrological systems. It's not just Vedic. They're referred to in Western astrology, although they're very watered down, and actually in all metaphysical systems. All types of astrology and other metaphysical systems work according to the same universal principles, and that's what I cover in the relevant Vedic background class. And you see one of them is the 3 Gunas. 3 Gunas actually also means body, mind, spirit, and it's the way things evolve. Things evolve through body, mind, and spirit. A sense of self, a sense of emotion, and a sense of the universe. This is another matrix of 3 Gunas. The actual words are tamas, rajas, and sattva, but it actually means form, emotion, and spirit or wisdom. So this is how things evolve through body, mind, spirit. That's one of the important frameworks. Another one is the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether, which is the 5th element, has to do with space. And again, everything has a quality of earth to it, solid form, a quality of water, which is to flow and to feel, a quality of fire, which is to discriminate and act, and a quality of air, which is to be flexible and to think, and then a quality of space, which is the container of all of it. Everything is contained in space. That's another important Vedic background and Vedic structure. Another one are the 4 stations in life, which have to do with Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. Dharma is truth and righteousness. Artha is wealth and value. Kama is enjoyment. And Moksha is liberation or freedom. And again, these are 4 universal principles, and they unfold in that order. First, you have to have wisdom, which is Dharma. Wisdom leads to a certain amount, or I should say, however much wisdom you have, it leads to a certain amount of stuff. Artha, it's said to be wealth, but it's actually value, and it's actually the things that get produced by your level of intelligence. If you don't have a lot of intelligence, the stuff that you make and the things that you think are important and the wealth and the values that you have are going to produce things that are not very uplifting. Dharma, Artha, and then that means the things that you look for in order to enjoy yourself and to enjoy your life with, which is Kama, are also going to be a lower vibration, and you won't have a lot of moksha or liberation from it. You'll have a lot of attachment instead. So Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha unfolds in those, in that order. I talk about that in the Vedic frameworks class. And then there's also the 4 castes, which are the warrior caste, what's called Kshatriya. Then there's the Shudra class, which is, I'll just go in order. Kshatriya or warrior, Brahmin caste, Shudra, and Vaishya. Actually, I didn't go in order. The actual order from, let's say, highest to lowest is Brahmin, warrior, Vaishya or merchant, and Shudra or worker. So Brahmin is like the teachers, and that's actually related to water signs. Kshatriyas or warriors are related to the fire signs. And then merchants are related to the air signs. Those are like people that have business. And then Shudras or workers are related to the earth element. And so this is another important framework. And again, these things are folded into the astrology signs, into the planets, and into all things that you learn astrologically. It's just not developed very well. And what happens is you actually start mixing and matching these things. So you can take something like the 3 Gunas and then match it with the 5 elements. So the 3 Gunas have to do with body, mind, and spirit, and how things evolve through form and selfishness, which is tamas, toward emotion and our preoccupation with other people. That's called rajas. And then sattva, or intelligence and wisdom, and our relationship with universal divine principles. So this is how things evolve through tamas, rajas, sattva, body, mind, spirit, self, others, universe. And you can start to match that with the 5 elements, which have to do with, as we said, earth, water, fire, air, and space. So how does that evolutionary principle work with the element of earth, for instance? So we evolve earth, which has to do with things like wealth and tangible things, and also value. So we have to evolve that through the 3 gunas, which means first there's my personal wealth, the things I have for myself. Earth is very much about stuff and our possessions and what we have. So again, we can have things in a very selfish way, which is the tamasic guna. We can have things that we want to share with others, which is the rajasic guna. And we can have things that bring value and wealth to everyone, which is the sattvic guna. So that's how the earth element evolves through the 3 gunas. Same is true with, let's say, the 4 stations and the 3 gunas, as an example. You can be a sattvic warrior, which is a warrior of truth. You can be a warrior fighting with people, or you can be a warrior fighting with yourself, as an example. So these things mix and match, and in fact, planets will have many of these different qualities. A planet has a guna. For instance, Saturn is a tamasic planet. It actually rules the element of air, but it rules earth and air signs as well. It's related to the Shudra caste, or the worker caste. The worker caste. And its station has to do with workers and merchants, for instance. So these are relevant principles that just get moved around all the time.